Hey everyone, so in today's video, we are talking with college dropouts and asking them how they became millionaires. I'm super excited for this video because every single person we're talking to today has done some really remarkable things without a college degree. We'll be talking about their stories, their advice for new entrepreneurs, and how they would go about making money today. And behind me, we have the 2022 Audi e-tron GT. This is one of the coolest cars I've ever seen. It starts at about $100,000 and it's an all-electric beast. It does 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds, has a top speed of 152 miles per hour, and this specific car is a really beautiful Camaro gray with red interior. It's actually built on the same platform as the Porsche Taycan, but in my opinion, I think this one looks much better, but let me know in the comments what you guys think. So yeah, I'm a huge believer that you don't need to get a college degree to become super successful, and I really do believe that the whole education system does need to be changed. Everyone we're talking to today is a prime example of someone that has crushed it without a college degree. So let's go meet our guests. What's your name, age, and what do you do?
My name is Silvia Preciado. My age is 36. I actually just turned 36. My husband and I have a real estate, a mortgage company, and a self-improvement company.
My name is Michael Rashid King, but people know me as Mike Rashid, 45 years old. Essentially, I guess I am a fitness influencer. I am a professional boxer. I am a serial entrepreneur.
My name is Cassandra Williams. I'm 43 years old and I consider myself an entrepreneur. My main line of business is environmental consulting, industrial hygiene.
My name is Adam Tutunji. I am 24 years old and I run a kind of like a sales and marketing consultancy. It's like a online coaching program, so nice. Yeah.
My name is Aaron Amoroso. I'm 29 years old. I'm a realtor and a loan officer and now dabbling into investing.
So tell me your dropout to riches story in 30 seconds or less.
Okay, so I'm a young dad, so I had to figure it out. Graduated, got my associates, transferred to a four-year college. My business professor was a Harvard graduate and he disclosed his income to our class and I realized I was making more than him, so I made that decision that day. After this semester, I was gonna go ahead and drop out and just double down on learning about the mortgage industry, learning about real estate, investing.
I went to Arizona State. At that age, I wasn't really focused on my career. Out of necessity, I learned how to sell things. Back then, I sold weed, I sold marijuana. I think I was already a fit person because I worked out all my life because I started boxing at a young age. And I kind of came in with that wave that kind of created that space.
So I was brought up to believe that college was a way. I went for one day, El Camino College in Torrance, and I didn't even register or anything. I had a friend that went there. I sat there for a couple of minutes. I'm like, yeah, this is not for me. So I basically left and never went back, and I just started waitressing and bartending. I met my husband, got into real estate. He was a lender, and then we started growing this company together.
So I was a foster youth. I was in and out of group homes from the time I was 12 to 15. I got married at 15. I had 2 kids with the man that I was married to for 28 years. Put myself through high school, started to go to college for nursing, and then started a business with my husband that I became CEO, major shareholder of, and grew to a multiple 8-figure company and started other companies with other family members that have also been multi-million-dollar successes.
I dropped out of college really early. I was homeschooled my whole life, so dropped out at like 17. No idea what I wanted to do, just learned by eating a lot of crap throughout the years and then just kind of figured it out step by step.
All right, so describe a time that you went out of your comfort zone and what happened.
I am currently establishing our systems to scale to 8 figures, and what I've noticed, it's very, 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 very different to get from 0 to 7, from 7 to 8, and so that's a very uncomfortable position to be in because I'm basically relearning a lot of things from scratch.
So I got into the mortgage industry 22-ish, not knowing a lot about sales and negotiations, things like that. What I did 22, 23, 24 was I just dialed in sales and NLP, psychology, understanding people, and I went from bottom to really high up in the ranks in my company.
I actually live out of my comfort zone. I know it sounds weird, but I've never been scared to ask for help or ask stupid questions. I've always been that person that whatever I want, I'm like, okay, how can I go get it? What is the easiest way to go boop, 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 from A to Z the fastest.
What's the biggest failure you've had and what did you learn?
I don't really look at things as failures. I look at everything as a learning experience, an opportunity to see how you messed up and how things could have turned out differently.
You come up short on a lot of things almost every single day, right? To me, I don't see failure the way most people see it. I don't really think of it as like, oh my God, I failed. Like to me, everything, any mistakes I do, it's just it's a good learned lesson. I think of everything as a good thing. I don't really see much. I think failure is like putting out the white flag and saying I'm done. I haven't done that, so I haven't quit. So I don't really see anything as much as a failure.
What's the one habit that you do consistently that you think like really helps you make money or be successful?
My perseverance, not stopping. Every single day I wake up and I give it my all, no matter how hard it is, no matter how bad I feel, no matter how tired I might be, I always show up, and that's always paid off.
Gym is a big one. I've always worked out, you know, even when I didn't know how to work out. So I would be like, oh, I'm gonna go for a run, and I would throw on my hoodie and go for a run. That was a workout to me. But gym, it just does something that I can't explain.
That's a non-negotiable for you,
Non-negotiable, right? No matter what.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, it just feels good.
Yeah.
Having a morning routine. My morning routine consists of this. I wake up early. First thing I do is I go outside and I sit in the sun. I mean, that's your mood, your happiness, confidence, sex drive, like digestion. There's so much that comes with serotonin. So I need that dump early in the morning.
Okay.
And then I go and sit in meditation. Short, 5 to 10 minutes. I might read a little bit, feed my dog, go to the gym, nice hard training session. And then I sit in the sauna. My business partner and I, we're training together, sit in the sauna, and then boom, shower and start my day. Morning routines is everything for me.
The ongoing pursuit of knowledge, of finding mentors and coaches, and I mean to an extreme. Like I find extreme courses to join and extreme people to learn from. I do not like comfort. Comfort and complacency is, you know, the enemy of progress and success. So I think that just that constant pushing the limits and pushing myself to be my best and surrounding myself with the best has gotten me to this point.
Name a book that has changed your life.
Definitely David Goggins, Can't Hurt Me. Again, he's extreme. I'm not as extreme as him, but it was inspiring, and it really made me think, like, where am I limiting myself? Where do I let comfort get in the way of success? And I mean emotional success, mental success, physical success. I love his delivery of the message because I think as a woman, like I am very vocal and a personality, and I can be intimidating in a lot. I'm intimidating by a lot of people, and the fact that he is intimidating without apology just makes my heart soar.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Okay.
Albert gave me that book when I met him. He always has had books. You know, in schools we're taught a certain thing that we don't really, you know, no offense to the school system, but it's a little broken. You know, it doesn't teach you how to make money, how to get out there and get a job, make, you know, good relationships. It's kind of things that we really don't ever use.
Without a Chain. It was written so long ago, but it's so relevant to now. And the book is not big. It's not a lot of pages. It's 81 like passages, insightful passages, but they're so heavy, they're so profound. I read a lot, bro. And one thing that aggravates me is books full of fluff just to have a lot of pages.
Right.
I don't need that. I just need the meat. And Dao De Ching is just meat, just wisdom. Everything you read is heavy. One of my favorite quotes from the book is, "He who defines himself doesn't really know who he is." Every time I read it, I get something different out of it.
Okay. Who's your role model?
So his name is Sean Torbati. He's my business partner, one of my best friends, and he's just he's an exceptional person. When I first met him, I didn't like him because I was like, this dude is fake, man. Nobody's this nice, but he's that nice. You know what I'm saying? And I love that about him. He teaches me things without him even realizing it, you know? But he's a very genuine person. He's a very smart person. He cares about the things that he partakes in, and he cares about people to a deep extent, and I really appreciate that about him.
I mean, I look up to my husband, I look up to my grandma, who was a very strong lady, and I feel like from her I got a lot of the like, just go, 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 go.
Yeah.
You know, do what you have to do. It doesn't matter if you're tired.
So
Some people stay in between.
Your whole thing is you like move with speed.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's
Urgency,
super important.
speed, and efficiency.
Okay.
Kobe. Just his work ethic, determination, drive, just wanting to be, you know, the best version of himself. I think that, you know, I could take a lot of what he did in his career or his life, and I just implement in my life. So I would definitely say Kobe.
In entrepreneurship and business is Richard Branson, because, you know, he had dyslexia and had different things going against him, and he just did what he loved. And he in his book, he just talks about like one pursuit after another, and he just genuinely loves the game of entrepreneurship and the networking and building things that are great. So I just really appreciate him.
So if you were to start over, what type of business would you want to do?
Real estate. It's always, and I do real estate. I actually invest in young entrepreneurs who are doing flipping and wholesaling, and I invest in them. We do 50-50 splits, and I kind of mentor them through their flips, and it's fun to watch them. And so I would definitely be in real estate. I love it.
For sure, like I like the online space. It's where there's a lot of opportunity. I mean, look at these videos that you're doing right now.
I would do courses.
Courses?
Yeah.
Online education is crushing it.
It's big. Yeah. 2020 showed us a lot. I know so many people that were like, they come to me, I was been a fan of yours forever, and they started their thing in 2020 and they're multimillionaires now. Dang. You know what I mean? Because of courses.
Yep.
I love that.
That's awesome.
I love that.
Describe a character trait that you have that you think has really helped you.
I have a strong ego. I have a healthy ego. The one notion that you hear often is that you have to kill your ego. Ego is not good. They don't want people to be strong. They don't want people to be educated. They don't want people to have real liberation, real freedom, because at that point, their positions are shaky, right? I'm confident because I am very competent and capable. If I didn't have the ego that I had, I would not take the shots that I take.
I just keep going. I never stop. And I'm very much committed and consistent with my actions matching up to the things I say I'm gonna do. I feel like that's a big missing. It's easy to let yourself off the hook. Especially when you're self-employed and an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You don't have to be there at 8. So, you might go to sleep a little later, you wake up a little later, and then that throws off your whole day.
That's actually like a superpower, right? Like accountability for yourself, because most people don't have that.
They don't.
Just my presence and the ability to be sure of the direction I want to go, and the goal setting, because I do a lot of goal setting. At the end of the year, I spend 2 weeks doing goal setting, and every quarter I spend 2 days reviewing my goals. And then so I think that allows me to go forth with a presence of, we are building this school, we are supporting Orangewood, we are building this business, we are going to this place, or doing, and it's just without apology.
What popular entrepreneurial advice do you actually disagree with, and why?
The grind. And it's the grind. If you love it and you just really morning, noon, and night are passionate about it, I think it's great for the right results. Like, I think knowing what you really truly want first before the grind, and then go after that. Because if you're just grinding to have the 8 figures and the big house and the 5 cars and the husband or the wife, you might wake up on the other side of that and realize it's not who you are at all. The grind is great and it's fun, and it's an adrenaline rush, an endorphin rush in and of itself. Being certain of what you want at the end, though, and I don't think people talk enough about that.
The fact that when people get asked a question like, what do you do? It's like, oh, you work hard and do the thing and you go all in, blah, blah, blah. Like that, like really intense type of culture. It may make sense for someone who's just starting, because it's like, oh yeah, I gotta put in the effort. But like, there's so much strategy and so much stuff into business that like a successful person has to go through to really succeed. Like, it's not just working hard.
What's an activity that you think all entrepreneurs should invest a significant amount of time into?
Thinking and making decisions. I think that's what you get paid to do as a CEO, right? But I don't think people really understand what it truly means to think. You should spend more time thinking about what you're going to do than actually taking action on what you're going to do, which is very reverse of what most people might say. Because in my opinion, if you have the discipline to do the work, that should be the least of your worries. I think you have to be really strategic about how you work.
Preparation, for sure. Like, if you don't really have a plan and not knowing what you're gonna do, and you say you're gonna do something but you don't really have a plan to execute, writing things down, taking actionable steps, and then just putting everything into motion, making calls, asking people for advice that you look up to or expert in the field, and try to see if they can lead you down the right path.
Self-improvement, 1,000,000,000%. Because you need to be getting better, you need to be learning, you need to learn from people that are proven that you want to be like. Look at right now. Especially, there's a market shift, at least for our industry, right? A lot of people I'm noticing, we're big on mindset. I can see them freaking out, and this is where everything you're learning, the knowledge, the information, regardless of what the media is saying, you have to do your own due diligence. And when you do your own due diligence, then you can draw up your own conclusions, but with facts. So you don't have to take it all. You take a little bit of what you believe in, and then you build your own mindset or core values, rules.
What's one piece of advice you'd leave to any young person that wants to be a successful entrepreneur?
Learn from every single thing that you are doing, and everything that you're going through is part of the process, and you do always have to be looking for opportunities, and you got to be ready for opportunities, right? Whatever it is that you're doing, make sure you're doing it with everything that you have. And what I mean by this is be really focused. It doesn't matter what it is, because for example, me, I was the best waitress, I was the best hostess, I was the best bartender. But why? Because I was so submerged into what I was doing that then I'm like, oh, giving everything that you have to learning and taking everything as a learning experience, because nobody can give you experience, right? Nobody can do it for you. You can't buy experience. You learn from everything, and you never know when you're going to take that piece of information. You know, I learned crazy things from older people, younger people than me. You can learn from everybody because knowledge is based on your experiences that we've had in life.
Success is totally possible for anybody, and I think no matter what you set out to, it's 100% in you for a reason. I think if you have a dream that's God telling you you're meant to deliver a certain mission, most people give up on that mission. But if it's inside of you, just know that it's possible and it's happened in a different reality. It's just time hasn't caught up to it. You just got to push through all the hardships that come to it and just know that it's 100% guaranteed to happen for you.
Just having the full picture. Who do you want in your circle of influence? What skills do you want to have? How do you want to give back to community? How do you want to be talked about at your own funeral? And really thinking about that, really thinking like this person loved life, they were adventurous, they were giving, they were free-spirited, or they were very loyal. And there's no right or wrong, there's just me and knowing what I want. If I were to die 5 years from now, what do I want people to say about me?
Wow.
And do that.
That's powerful. So there you have it, advice from 5 amazing entrepreneurs who didn't get their college degree. I know that I learned a lot talking to them. It just goes to show that you don't need to go through the traditional schooling system to be really successful in life. And I hope that you guys learned some actionable tips that you guys can literally start implementing right now. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to share it with a friend, and also like and subscribe for more videos just like this. I make a ton of videos about personal finance, investing, and entrepreneurship. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.